What up, YouTube Live? How's it going, everybody? This is yours truly, Rama Screen, covering movies, TV, and entertainment. I just watched tonight's The Flash season 5 finale episode. I wanna share with you my thoughts about the episode. Because I'm such a fan of the show. Even though I was not able to do the review of the review of The Flash this past season on a weekly basis, because sometimes Tuesday nights there'll be like screenings or whatnot. So, but I want to at least give you this one, because it's the season finale. And don't worry, the Flash has been renewed for sixth season. I'm sorry, has been renewed for season 6. I think last time I read that the show would have a new showrunner, but don't quote me on that. But the good news is that it's coming back with all new episodes in the fall. Don't know when the premiere date yet is though. Okay, so tonight's episode is Legacy. It's the culmination, the climactic moment, the result of this whole past season, the battle against Cicada. And halfway through the season, Cicada won, which who is played by Chris Klein, gets succeeded by Cicada 2. The character's name is Grace. I apologize, I don't remember the actress name, but I love Cicada 2. I think Cicada 2 was more menacing, was more lethal than Chris Klein's Cicada 1. Not to take away from what Chris Klein or how she performed, or how he performed as Cicada. Chris Klein did okay, but uh, Cicada 2, played by Sarah Carter, there you go, that's her name, is just fantastic. Just with hate and anger and fury, and you know what Yoda says, right? Fear lets what is it? Fear leads to hate. Hate leads to anger. So Grace Gibbons, Cicada 2, is like the perfect mixture of villainy and lack of empathy and whatnot. So I love Cicada 2 way more than Cicada 1. Um, so in this episode, it's revealed by Sherlock that Thawne had been helping Nora all along, because the only thing that kept Thawne checked or dampened his power was the uh, man, I can't remember the name. The dagger. There you go. The dagger that Cicada 2 uses to kill um, metahumans. So apparently, that same dagger is the very thing that dampened Thawne's powers in the future when he's in prison. And and he's about to get executed. So Thawne knew, like, okay, if I send Nora back to the past to defeat Cicada, that means that Cicada's dagger would get destroyed. Hence, my dampener would get destroyed. Therefore, I would be free. And so that's pretty much the chain reaction. Um, I want to comment real quick on that fight scene in the cabin where there's little Gracie. Um, sh- because Nora got into her mind, and she convinced Gracie, like, hey, take the cure. And turns out that effort did not work out, because as long as the dagger still existed, there was no curing Gracie whatsoever. Um, I like that whole moment. It was like, because the Flash had those moments before in the past in various versions where they would lead you to thinking, "Oh my God, this is it. This is gonna solve it, um, and everything's gonna be okay." But of course, the writers would throw a curveball. It's like, nah, not that easy. And so, what I love about this show, and I did not do the Arrow season 7 finale a review yesterday, mainly because I kind of fell out of love with Arrow, but I'm still a fan of The Flash for many reasons. One of which is because the show combines spectacle and fun and heartfelt drama. I know Arrow, Ollie Queen often guilts himself. He often like, that's his mo. He always takes he always has the weight of the world on his shoulder, and he always blames himself. Barry Allen occasionally does that, or to be fair, often does that. But the support system that Barry has around him, um, what's the word I'm looking for here? I guess the support system varies more as opposed to Ali. Ali can only run to Felicity. He only has Felicity all the single time, so it gets like monotonous, tedious. Barry has Iris and has Caitlin, has Cisco. Sometimes Joe would talk to Barry. Sometimes Barry would talk to them to give them advice. And to me, that part of the show never gets old. The other part that I like, why I still am still a fan of the Flash, is what we see or what we saw in tonight's episode. In that the writers would always try to they're so smart in in terms of science fiction comic book smart. They're smart in that way. Now I was a DC fan growing up, more of a Superman fan. When it comes to Marvel comics, I'm more of a late bloomer. I've told you this before. But I did not grow up reading the Flash comic books. So obviously the guys behind this show, they really kind of eat and breathe and sleep and poop the Flash. So they they know what curveballs within the Flash universe to throw at you. Like just when I thought that there could be no longer anything that could be learned or studied by Barry. Because every episode, some Barry learns a new angle about his speed, or Nora would learn that as well. It's like, oh, by now after 5 seasons, he must have or she must have learned all there is to it. But no, like tonight, like right when um reverse flash, when the daggers dies out and the reverse flash, like, oh, it's about time, and he starts killing the guards, and like, oh, I'm free now, and then it turns back again to like, I don't know, a few seconds before that, and then reverse flash says to Nora and the Flash, oh, you figured out how to turn to reverse the time. And I'm like, whoa, they could do that? I had no idea they could do it. Had they done that before? I must have forgotten if they had. So, and then of course, it leads to this revelation that a new timeline has been created because of the dagger disappearing, because the consequence of what they did. It results in Nora dying, Nora vanishing away, and one of the advice that Thawne gave to the Flash, because the Flash was like panicking, oh my god, I'm losing my daughter. He's like, tell me what to do, how to fix this. And Thawne says like, the negative speed force. And I was like, whoa, negative speed force. See what I'm getting at? Just when you thought that you've covered it all, from Savitar to Zoom to the Thinker, the way to defeat the villain, the way to counteract or react to the situation that had. Just when you thought, like, after 5 seasons, like, man, they must have gotten all covered. Bam, negative speed. It's like there's just there's just always something, and that's one of the many things I love about this show. Like, the writers, like, oh, we haven't we haven't shown you this thing that we have in our other pocket. Ta-da! So I love it. The writers know how to keep things fresh with all their surprises and this other concept from the Flash universe. As I said, they really eat and breathe and sleep and shit. The Flash comic books, the Flash mythology. That they know which element. Like, okay, so we're gonna cover this element for season 5, but this element right here, we're gonna keep it secret until season 6, for example. So when they bust out that negative super, it's like, oh sweet, yes. Bring it, whatever, man, whatever. Just bring it all in, man. I'm all in. So hey, Robert, what's up? Hey, Robert is here. Robert is a big supporter of the channel. Happy Taco Tuesday to you too, Robert. So the let me conclude this review by saying the episode ended with a sad note, or on a sad note. Nora evaporated like Avengers Infinity War. It's as if Thanos somewhere snapped his finger and Nora just dusted away. I kid you not, that's what happened. It looked like she dusted away the same way Avengers. It's as if like the writers saw Avengers Infinity War last year and it's like, you know what, we're gonna use that. But yeah, on a serious note, she dusted away, and Cisco decided that he doesn't want to be he didn't want to be Vibe anymore because he wanted to be just Cisco for his girlfriend, which is very romantic. I know there was rumor that the guy who plays Cisco, what's his name? I keep forgetting here, Carlos Valdez, that he was gonna leave the show. There was rumor about that. I don't know if that's still true. Judging by tonight's episode, it didn't seem like Cisco was going anywhere except that he's not a meta human anymore. It seems like he's leaving the team. So we'll see, whether or not the rumor is true because season 6 is happening, and there's no news yet as to when it's gonna air or which cast members will return and whatnot. We'll listen to that. Oh, another new app. Joe has been promoted to police captain. So that's how it is. Every season finale, as you know, with every show, they either have a cliffhanger or they would conclude this story or that person's story, or that they would change the status of this character or that character, either promote it or relegate them, whichever, right? So that's what happened as well tonight. So I'm gonna miss Nora. I think Nora was a complicated character. There were times when I really hated Nora. There were times when she pissed me off, obviously. What's up, the Beef 123? But that does not take away from the fact that the actress who played Nora, Jessica Parker Kennedy, did a fantastic job. I've been a big fan of her since she was in Smallville. She showed up in Smallville for a few episodes, and I was a big fan of hers in the series Black Sails. You know, that pirate show on Stars. She was so fine on that show. That it's a Stars show, so Stars allows nudity, and she looked amazing. But yeah, she played Nora really really well. The character herself, um, I can understand though. I guess from the side of somebody's son. I'm somebody's son. She is somebody's daughter, and she misses her dad, and she'll do whatever it takes to make sure her dad does not vanish. And during that process, she made a lot of terrible decisions, but she also made some good ones too. So, and because of that complexities, she was a very multidimensional character that was really really engaging and really helped us she really helped us dig the whole relationship of Barry Allen and Iris and Nora even further, because for the past 6 7 for the past 4 seasons, it's only been like Barry and Iris, romantic, oh, Romeo and Juliet, or like, oh my God, Savitar's gonna kill Iris. I can't let that happen. She's the love of my life. And in this season, it goes to that next level. Them as parents, learning to be parents. so, uh, and I think that is that was a very good decision on the writer's part to have as the evolution for Barry and Iris relationship. I liked it. So that's it. That's my long rant, my spoiler filled review of the Flash season 5 finale episode titled Legacy. And thanks so much for tuning in. And the Beef 123, go check out John Wick 3. It's a It's a great third installment. I guarantee you will enjoy it as much as I did. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Please subscribe, press that like button, ring that bell, and if you can help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. I love The Flash. What a great show. What a great show. Can't wait for season 6. Let's rock this.